It recently dawned on me that chances are we may never have to rely on well water on our homestead ever again. 2,500 gallons, 250 gallons, 250 gallons, 250 gallons, 250 gallons. Oh look, another 250 gallons, 1,500 gallons, another 1,500 gallons, 250 gallons, 250 gallons. Another 275 gallons, another 1,500 gallons, 250 gallons, and another 500 gallons.
That's about it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. Glad you're here with us today. This is often asked of me on my channel, in the comment sections or in the emails from our contact page at our website at AmericanHomestead.com. Go check it out. But this is often asked of me, Zach, what's the most important thing I should be looking for when looking for a homestead? You're out there, you want to buy some land, you're looking at all the different possibilities, lots of real estate that's out there and available today, and people say, what's the most important thing? Always the answer is the same. Water. You must find water. Water has always been the most important thing for a homestead. You're raising animals. You're trying to grow food. You are trying to stay alive. You must have water. Water is always the most important thing. I've done videos before on this channel where I talk about some of these homesteaders who really try to make it work out in the desert. Bless their hearts. Guys, there's a reason why people don't normally live in the desert. There's no water. And yes, with enough time and money, you can solve almost any problem. You really can. With enough time and money, you can solve almost any problem. And you throw enough time and money at trying to procure water in the desert, you can grow things in the desert. But if you're going to try to rely on rainwater being self-sufficient, meaning not relying on third-party counter risk, not relying on others for your water, it's going to be tough. Not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. There's a reason why. I mean, if the water was shut off tomorrow, Las Vegas would be in chaos, and Las Vegas would be a horrible, horrible place to live. It would be a nightmare. Horrible. The only way Las Vegas survives today is because of all the water that other places pump into it. So when it comes to a homestead, it's so important to find water. And I've had other videos on my channel of how to try to find water. One of the ways that's most popular is to look for sycamore trees. A mature sycamore tree will drink up to 600 gallons of water per day. So if you find a sycamore tree on your homestead, you know you've got water. Actually, at the top of our mountain, there's a sycamore tree. Unbelievable. It's not normal. Other people, when they came to drill our wells that we have here on the homestead now, when they saw that sycamore tree, they were like, what in the world? Why is there a sycamore tree at the top of a mountain? Normally, you see sycamore trees down in the valleys where the creeks are and where the lakes and streams are, not at the top of a mountain. We have what's called a seepage well at the top of our mountain, and it rolls all the way downhill. It just basically kind of seeps on the ground, but there's a lot of water at the top of our mountain. Our wells have never gone dry. We've tried to pump them dry, especially we have two wells. One that is a 19th century well, was dug back in the 1850s. And then we have another well that we drilled ourselves. We had drilled, and that has never gone dry either. But it dawned on me that we really aren't going to need these wells. We have enough water. We have almost 10,000 gallon capacity water on the homestead now that we can use for livestock. We can use for gardening. We can use for ourselves to filter. And we get about 50 inches of rain per year in the Ozarks, at least our part of the Ozarks. And it varies, in various parts of the Ozarks of where you live, but we get a lot of rainfall. The Ozarks itself gets a lot of rainfall. In fact, it puts us in the top 10, somewhere in the top 10 of rainfall averages in the entire United States. In fact, we get more rainfall here in the Ozarks than some places do in Hawaii, believe it or not. And that's a tropical paradise. So we get a lot of rain here, and you can utilize that rain by catching it. And right now there's no rules. In some places there are, rules on rain catchment. In some places that had strict rules, I think I've heard through comments and other news articles that they've relaxed some of those rules in some parts of the country because people got so angry about it. And it's kind of hard to enforce anyway, when you think about it. But either way, you can catch that rain and utilize that for self-sustainability for your homestead. Right now, we have about the 10,000 gallon capacity on the homestead. We can use that for our livestock, use it for the gardens. And at the same time, not rely on third-party counter risk. There's this old method of how you use water or how you prepare for emergencies when it comes to water. It's called PACE. And that is primary, alternative, contingency, and emergency. So if you have those four things accounted for, it's for the most important thing on your homestead, which is water, you're in a good place. Primary. What's my primary? Is my rainwater. Okay. What's my alternative? It's my wells. What's my contingency? I have ponds. What's my emergency? I have well pumps that I can go and go to the creeks that are down in the valleys and then pump water into tanks, in a pickup truck and then bring it up. So I have all four covered. I think we're going to be okay with water. When looking for a homestead, your number one priority needs to be to find water. Try to familiarize yourself with different trees that are heavy water intakes. And then when you identify those trees on a potential homestead, you realize, okay, we have water here. Always try to find old wells on a homestead land if you're looking for that, because that's going to hopefully still be able to have water in them, or you can utilize, or you can drill nearby and look for, if the wells a lot of times have caved in, you can drill nearby and then hit water. But if you're living in the Ozarks, just put a rain catchment under every single roof that you got, and you're going to be okay. If there's dry seasons, and sometimes there are dry seasons, sometimes there's months. I think the longest drought we've ever had here was 3 months in the summer. And it was stretching it. We didn't near have the capacity that we have now. And it was tight. And so, if you have that, you have enough gallons stored up, you're going to be okay. It's not going to stress you out. There are times where wells run dry. And so if you have that contingency of having that rain catchment, or even make it a primary for your PACE application, I think you're going to do okay. So this is one of those things that I try to tell people. When you're getting a homestead, look at rain catchment. Look at a way where you can catch that water. You have to be aware that there are times where you're going to have to empty your pipes. We do have accidents every so often. In fact, we had one just the other day. We had a quick freeze and one of our fittings cracked. Now we have to replace that. So it's good to have maybe some spare parts on hand if something like that happens. But understand that we do drain our lines during the wintertime. A lot of our lines, and we do have water backup storage in the house if we need it for emergency purposes. If we have to drain those lines for any extended period of time, we're in the South. Normally, we're only going to have to drain our lines for maybe a week, or maybe just a day, and then the temperatures go back up and we can turn the lines on again. But for the most part, we don't have to worry too much about keeping the lines drained all winter long. If you're farther north, you may have to worry about that, and that's something to take into consideration. Or make sure you bury all your lines really deep and still do your rain catchment, and paint your tanks all black. That prevents algae growth, and it also helps them thaw quicker when the sun hits them. So you get a 2-for-1 bonus there by painting your tanks black. Anyway, I hope this video has helped you. Listen, if you did, please leave a like down below. I really appreciate that. That lets YouTube know that people like and enjoy our channel. Also, leave a comment below. If you use rain catchment, please tell us how you're using rain catchment. Is it different than how we use ours? Or maybe you don't have to worry about rain. Maybe you just have an abundant supply of water. But however, if you're connected to the system's water supply, if that ever gets shut off, you're going to be up a creek, and it's going to be a nasty creek. So leave a comment below. Let us know how you're getting your water and if this is something important for you. For us, I think it is the most important thing a homestead should have on its land when you buy a homestead. Absolutely. The most important thing. All right, guys. See you next time in Homestead. Bye. Hey, guys. I'm happy to introduce an American homestead sponsor, Zervita Zeal. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses Zeal mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives.
The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.